Continue to follow breaking news out of Hartford at this hour.
A fire forcing people out of their homes this morning.
News 8's Brittany Taylor live at that scene with more. Brittany, good morning. Very rude awakening for a whole lot of people this morning.
Yeah, that's right. Good morning to you, Keith and Laura. The fire is now out. There's only one fire truck here on the scene, so most of the crews have cleared. But we've been speaking to some residents that were forced out of their home very early this morning, around 3. And in the midst of all of the chaos, we spoke to this one resident, Romario, who has this heartwarming story about how his dog, Lily, firefighters were able to rescue his dog. In their haste, they saw the fire, they smelt the fire, and they had to leave immediately. And in doing so, they left their dog Lily behind. And so when they came out, a firefighter went back into 38 Bedford Street and carried the dog out while it was still in its crate. This is the crate right here. However, there is still so much damage now that those fire trucks have cleared. You're taking a look at 42, 40, 38, and 36 Bedford Street. You can see those windows are all blown out. The caution tape is up. And we're learning from the deputy fire chief that the flames might have began from the back of the building on the rear porch on the second floor, pushed inwards and then went up, and then it spread to these neighboring apartment complexes. So altogether, residents from 3 of these buildings were forced to leave their homes. Miraculously, no injuries to report on. Nobody was hurt. There was one firefighter that was treated for heat exhaustion on scene. He's expected to be okay, but we did just have a chance to speak with Romario, who was holding Lily in his hands. Let's take a listen to what he told us.
Recently, she was just trapped in a fire, and then firefighters came to save the day and let her out, and now Lily's perfect.
So again, in the midst of all of this chaos and all of the difficulty that these residents had to go through this morning, that is a heartwarming story to share. And unfortunately, many of these residents, we're still seeing them outside here on Bedford Street in their PJs, in their slippers, in their bonnets. It's still unclear when they will be able to return back home, if they will be able to return back home, because again, now that we're able to get closer to the scene, we are seeing a lot of damage here on Bedford Street. So of course, we will continue to keep you updated on when we find out how many residents exactly were impacted. But that is the latest for now. Live in Hartford, Brittany Taylor, News 8.